I have a slow metabolism. I like looking slim, but I also like to eat whatever I want. So here's a very specific what I eat, drink, and do throughout the day to maintain my physique. 7 a.m. First thing in the morning, I am outside. If I'm not outside because the weather's not great, I'm opening all the blinds. I'm getting the sun in my face for my hormones. I have 60 ounces of water that I've been chugging all day. I had a horrible celiac flare-up yesterday. I added 30 drops of this to my water. These are trace mineral drops from concentrate. Add them to my Amazon storefront. They are my favorite electrolytes. I am embracing the slow mornings right now. I have a heating pad on my stomach because it's still a little bit achy from yesterday. I want to be mindful of my coffee this morning just because, again, my stomach is a little upset. I've probably drinking a quarter of this 60-ounce Stanley with electrolytes by this point. I have my book. I'm going to read that. I feel really blessed and really privileged that I get to have a slow morning and that this is all about me, but I would give anything to have it the other way. If you're just discovering me, I'm in my starting over apartment. I was wanting to be pregnant right now. I was on prenatal vitamins. I was doing the whole thing, and that obviously didn't happen. It's really easy to be harsh and be like, oh, must be nice. You get to not responsible for getting a million kids up in the morning and have time to relax. So I just encourage us to be kind to each other because you never know what someone's going through. For this divorce and starting over, I will have random mornings like this where I get really emotional. I'm gonna honor that. I'm just gonna have a really quiet morning, eat when I get hungry. About 8:30, I'm finally hungry, so I'm gonna make a smoothie. Keep it pretty simple. I don't want to push my stomach this morning. Starting with Oatly's simple oat milk. I do not count calories. I just go based on what it makes me feel like. I add some Strauss kefir. I'm gonna do half a cup, not for the calories, but because probiotics, and again, my stomach is really upset this morning. Pitted medjool date. I like chewing on these in my smoothies. Malibu Forever, and I was around when Sun Life first opened, and they would always do this. I do the Ballerina Farm vanilla protein because my stomach, again, is so upset. I don't want additional oils. This is 100% grass-fed whey protein, inulin, chicory root, collagen, vanilla extract, hemp protein, colostrum, unrefined sea salt, stevia leaf, ground vanilla bean, and monk fruit. Half a frozen banana. Cinnamon because I like the taste. If you guys like these longer videos just on YouTube, I posted it on YouTube and it got like 18 views, so I was like, oh, that's not good. Started over there and I've abandoned it for so long. I'm trying to figure it out again, so you guys let me know. That is delicious. I'm gonna take my Ritual vitamins. Always take your vitamins with food, especially fatty foods. It will absorb better. Ugh, I just gave her a bath. Why are your ears all wet? Completely stopped exercising for aesthetics, and I just do it for my mental and internal health. I truly believe that mostly what your aesthetics look like is based on your diet. They say it's 80% nutrition, 20% exercise. I fully believe it, but exercising still tones your muscles. Walking is great for your heart and your brain. To be fully honest with you guys, I am having a rage day with my divorce. Having a lot of anger and resentment at my ex-husband. This process has been incredibly difficult. I'm going to lift some heavy weights, lower my stress, get my emotions regulated. Mm. 12:30. I just got back from the gym. I'm definitely hungry, but I'm not like ravenous. Low impact exercise, guys, I'm telling you. I wanted to make the beef bowl you guys are making. This is cilantro lime rice from Sprouts. Ground beef, I do the 85% fat one. Cottage cheese, and then all of this is drizzled with Sprouts hot honey. So I saw Maggie McDonald posting about these culture pops, so I wanted to try them. It tastes less intense than kombucha, so if you don't like kombucha, I think you'd really like that. I think with sweet potatoes, that would be really good. But something I do want to call out, do not count macros at all, but I am cognizant if there's more than one carb source. For example, there's pineapple on here and there's rice. Added sweet potato, that would be 3 carbs. I like to have my food balanced with carbs, protein, and fat evenly. Also, I try to add vegetables, but I've been kind of bad about that with my stomach problems. 15% fat beef, which I think a lot of people would not get. Why do I get it? It tastes better. If I walk into a restaurant, I see ground beef on the menu. I'm not gonna ask them, what percentage of ground beef is that? You go to a smoothie place and you ask them how much peanut butter they're putting in the smoothie. You start obsessing about macros like that. Don't care about that stuff. I truly go based off how it makes me feel. I was at my highest weight when I was the most obsessive. I was looking for healthy alternatives, eating those yogurt desserts instead of eating real ice cream. Because I would eat the healthy alternative, I would never be satisfied, and I would binge eat. But I also recognize you can eat whatever you want. You just can't eat it all the time. I love Taco Bell. I got Doritos Locos Tacos in my last what I eat in a day. I don't eat them every single day. I could, but they're not gonna make me feel amazing if I eat them 5 days a week. It's 3 o'clock. I'm on walk number 2 with my dog. This will probably get me to 8,000 steps. I just try to get over 7,000 steps a day, and that is perfectly fine. I've done a lot of experimenting through the years about steps. The only difference I've noticed between getting 7,000 and 10,000 steps is my sleep is better because it does make me more tired. Does it make a difference for my physique? No. It is 3:30. I feel like I'm getting a little tickle in my throat, so I'm gonna have a sumo orange. How good do these look? Cheddar cheese curds. These are from Ellsworth Cooperative Creamery. These are really smooth, really creamy. Cheese curds are the best snack with like prosciutto or salami. Oh, so good. I have this exact amount. Black cherry Zevia. I'm gonna put it in a wine glass because I'm not a big drinker. Might as well make it feel special. I feel like I felt a lot of pressure in my last relationship and the last situation I was in. It's pretty much all the social activities revolved around alcohol, and alcohol makes me feel absolutely terrible. Once in a while, I love an Aperol Spritz. I love an espresso martini, a glass of wine. To me, it's not worth how terrible I feel when I drink. If you're dating and you don't want to drink, one of my favorite beverages is sparkling water with lime and add bitters. You can ask them to spruce it up, add some mint. It looks like a cocktail. It's no alcohol, it's refreshing, and it's delicious. Cheers. All right, I am having a girl dinner, which is not healthy. I have last minute plans. I'm gonna be gone for 2 hours. I'm in my trusty Perfect bar, and then I'm gonna eat again later. It is 6:02, and I'm not hungry because I had a very healthy lunch. Normally would sit down, enjoy my meal, be very intentional about it, but I gotta go. It is what it is. I'm home now. For some reason, I don't have that much of an appetite, so I'm not gonna force it. Definitely did not eat enough vegetables today, so that is definitely a priority for tomorrow, but bad stomach day, so I didn't want too much fiber. It is what it is. Making a decaf Nespresso pod, and I wanted to show you guys one of my favorite healthy dessert recipes. We're gonna do whole milk Greek yogurt, and I'm just gonna do a generous helping of that. Then I like to take Cocoa Whip. Also like mixing this stuff with almond butter and peanut butter. It's such a good dessert. Similar to the texture of ice cream, it's pretty trippy. You're gonna mash this up. A handful of blackberries, right on in there. Perfectly tangy. It's sweet. It's high protein. Let me know if you like these long videos or if you prefer I keep them on YouTube, but I hope you enjoyed. And let me know what you want to see from me next. Bye, guys.